Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. It's a nice, quiet evening. I'm out on my balcony. I want to talk to you for a bit about tablets. That's right. Now, in my hand is the original Samsung Galaxy 1 tablet. There's a 2 version in 7-inch. Then there's a 2 version in a 10.1 inch. And then there is a tablet 3 coming out, yes, which will probably be a 10.1 and maybe an 8-inch. Now, this here is right here would be the HP touchpad 10.1 inch. And then there's the original iPad. The iPad 2 is the same screen, and iPad 3 is the same screen size. Now, what does that mean exactly? We're going to cut to brass tacks. I'm not in front of my main office computer with webcam. I'm doing this on my balcony. Now, for some of you out there wondering, does size matter? Size does matter for many reasons. For one, 7-inch like this, you can take with you anywhere you want. Throw it in your bag and go. The iPad mini is a 7.9-inch screen. The second edition of the iPad mini will probably be a Retina screen, just like the iPad 4. The iPad 3, I believe, was a Retina screen, but I believe it also didn't have all the features as the iPad 4. Yes. Now, getting into brass tacks, a lot of people say, well, what's the difference? The iPad 1 did not have cameras. The Samsung Galaxy decided to have built-in cameras here and a camera on the front. Samsung Galaxy is 2.2 Froyo and basically a piece of junk. Now, if you take the HP touchpad here has a 1 camera in the front for webcam purposes and none in the back. They decided to develop the Apple iPad mini and the iPad 4 for front and back. Now, let me move the camera down. This is the iPad 1. There's an iPad 2 and an iPad 3 and etc. You get it. Somewhere else in my place. Now, some people say, well, what is the best one? It has to do with what you want. Now, if you want 3G or 4G, you're going to want a 7 or 8-inch tablet. Now, people ask me, what is the difference and what would they prefer? Apple or Android? You can't compare Apple to Android. But if you're going to, let's call Apple Apple and Android oranges. The bottom line is the Apple-Android combination, or I should say Apple or Android, is very, very different. Yes, 2.2 Froyos with their first processor was slow as molasses. This one. This is a 3G version. Piece of junk. The battery didn't last long and it failed within 3 months. A lot of people tell me what is good. Well, I can test and I can contest that Android is a piece of junk. Every Android I have gotten my hands on, except for the Motorola Zoom, has been a piece of junk. Samsung 1, battery failure. Yeah, battery failure. Samsung Galaxy 2, after you load up all your software, it starts to bog down. Samsung Galaxy 2 7 Plus, same thing. Everyone has problems, whether it's the battery or something else. Samsung is now bringing out the Galaxy 3. Probably 7, 10, and 8, but I'm shooting for an 8. Then you gotta ask yourself, Apple or Android when it comes to the pen? Well, let's just put it to you this way. They tried using the Wacom digitizer for the Windows-based 7s and 8s. It didn't too good. Most nowadays, it's all finger-based. Fingers. Neighbor of mine's got an LG phone that's finger-based. Still works pretty good. But coming to Apple's or Androids, Android is more customizable if you know what you're doing. Apple is basically like vanilla. You get it, you can put in the tablets you need for your icons, but it is more sturdy. The other thing is I've had the Galaxy tabs crash. That's right, crash. My HP touchpad, there's a few small minor problems with it, but nothing major. Now you're going to say, oh, well, can you continue? I can continue, that's not a problem. So, I'm going to only put away the two 10-inch models, but before I do, I want to say, how can you tote something like this all over? Well, it's got a hard case, you can put it in like a notebook. But people want size, and they're going to take something smaller. However, let me put it to you this way to make sense. Samsung's brought out something like a 6.6-inch phablet, a phone tablet. Can you see someone sitting there using their phone like this that's the size of a 7-inch screen? I cannot. I cannot fathom it. I can't see an iPad mini being used as a telephone either if they made it that size. So, with that said, it all depends on what you're going to use with it. Do you need a pen? Well, if you're going to take notes, you can use the notepad and the Apple. If you want a notepad, you can always download a notepad for the Droid. Just depends on what you want. You want customizable, fine. If you don't, fine. Many features in this world. Just depends if you want something that's more solid, that's more durable, or if you want something that's not durable. As they say, pick your poison and stay with it. Me, I find the Apples to be more to my liking because, well, they're more solid, the battery lasts, and I haven't found any faults with Apple products yet. Android, I've seen many problems with it. So, with that said, I'm not playing the Apple fanboy or the Android fanboy. I'm just giving my opinion. My opinion's simple. Choose wisely. Because once you get it, you can always return it if you don't like it. But me, if you want, just keep an eye on things. And I will be giving you updates periodically on the Galaxy 3 tablet and other things coming out in the future. Please add and subscribe if you like. Please post comments in the box. And please add me as a friend if you like. Thank you and have a nice day.